Okay. And then I forget to clear out the camera card. Okay. So, anything else they want to add to this? But that's basically, I mean, that's you and your peak energy. And you're stuck. Now the question is, how did you get stuck? Nothing's sticking with me. Okay, what did I say? That conflict of interest. That conflict of interest. That workplace situation where you possibly just undervalued yourself or you're with the wrong people. There we go. Okay. Confirmation. It's all converging on this. Basically, we have judgment repeated, the Pluto energy, the judgment of, right? How far back was that? Was that in your third? Or, look at this. I know it seems a long way around, but it's actually, and isn't that so amazing that you're clear? You're clear in your water, in your roots energy. Why? So you're masculine. It's your feminine. Yeah. Right in your own house. You've got judgment right in your own house. In what you know. Something that you need to know about yourself. Here it is. And I think you really need to up your own sense of self. There's some. Yep. Okay, so progress. Let's put those, let's just put it all sideways. It's a common. So what I feel is like it's a gradual tower. Like it's a tower that you've been feeling for a while, because it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to do that work and make that happen, to be in progress. Okay. 9th house. Now here we have that Queen of Wands house and the King of Wands house. So, down. Now we'll find out a bit more about why, I think. So the House of Truth. Because what's that truth? Can it tell us anything more about what Gemini, especially since it's opposing you, what Gemini needs to know? Oh, there it is again. Going back to the Two of Swords. Still don't have Ace of Swords on the table though. But in that house of the other. So, now the question is it to, you know what? Is there a spiritual aspect to this? Am I misreading the work? No. Well, am I misreading the work? The Three of Pentacles, am I misreading that? The Six of Pentacles, which could be a question of free will of soul contract. So there could be in a sense of trying to figure out who God is and what God wants with you. Or is it just... Yeah, but then how can we have those 4 wands so strong in the first house? How can you be in magician mode? So, past heartbreak. There's that Sword of Truth. Doing the right thing. Going back to that Two of Swords. Okay. Well, there's the Page of Swords. I was just going to mention the Page of Swords. Underestimating himself. And so, no. Here you are. This is, for me, your own energy. And you are starting to have faith in yourself again. But look at the Ten of Cups. It's in progress. And, of course, with the world and everything else the way it is, how could your Ten of Cups be anything else? So there's the more Pisces energy. So that forced change of perspective, that Neptune energy. Yeah, okay. Really just knowing that your happiness, I know it rests with others. Yes, it does rest with others as well, but it rests with you. And if you are not able to feel proud enough, now this page is one of my favorite cards. Very much Scorpio energy as well as yours. Others would put it as Libra energy, but you know what I'm saying about making it yours as cardinal, making you cardinal. As third house. But knowing what you know, being guided in what you know, picking your moments, loving to be underestimated by others, taking your time. So somebody else might have been pushing you, it's setting you off your wavelength. And this gal sticks to their own wavelength, absolutely. And you see, we have a wavelength thing happening in some ways in that card. That independence, that Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so we've got that in progress. Happiness is in progress, absolutely. And from the looks of it, the heartache is over. But let's see what your career host wants to say. And this guy goes on, this guy gets around. I don't mean in a bad way, but he travels, right? And we're in the house of long journeys. So, that feeling stuck energy. Okay, so House of Saturn, that world that's upside down or in progress? Because of that workplace, I want to say that sense of, okay, second house, Taurus energy. Okay, let's get it out. Waiting on. Yep, what was I saying about that free will? Right. Okay, 10th house. Here we have. She's trying to help it happen. But I think this is almost more stuck, I know. Yep, figuring out that. Remember, and see I was carrying that Ace of Pentacles? That she's holding. And she's stuck. And she's upside down. But that's where your Ace of Pentacles is in your third house. What you know. What you know. You're underestimating. Why are you underestimating yourself? Why? Why are you gaslighting yourself? Communication in progress. Is it because, okay, so there we have 9th house energy again. Right. Okay, so I gotta remember. Your Queen of Wands down. Which is so interesting with your first house being okay. Communication down with everybody? Yes, because Aquarius. Okay, I gotta think in terms of context. 11th house. It's just 11th house, 11th house, 11th house. What you do with what you know. What you do with what you know. Yep. Final Libra card for me. Making the best of it. Grabbing what you can. A 7 is a transformation, though. Here we go with, you know. Here we go, the 2 6s, 2 7s. And those 2 swords, right? That in your house of Libra, you've got the 2 swords upside down. And this page of swords is even smarter than this guy. You need to create your own justice. You need to create your own justice for your career. That's what you need to do. This poor page, you know, a page isn't the 9 of Pentacles, so you got to look after the 9 of Pentacles, but you got to look after, now that you know where the Queen of Pentacles is, because the Queen of Pentacles is the career energy. She's in your own house. So this, now it's possible you've got a student in your life that's been bleeding you dry. This is true. That's a possibility. Children are a possibility. And this is leading back to the 7 of Wands. Again, the other transformation of standing your ground. More Leo energy. But what didn't we, let's go back to your 5th house. Right? Yeah, right where your Magician is. 11th house and Magician. It's that it's just that tower. It's Scorpio, Uranus, and Pluto, and Neptune, right? The forced change of perspective is speaking of the tower, I believe. Except it was in reverse. So there was a change of perspective. So yes, okay, so you realized, yes, you realized where the problem is. That there is a problem with, yeah, obviously. Okay. All right. So, 2nd house. Just, there we go. But it's not you. You know that it's not you in this case, because your 1st house is fine. And that's why you have the Magician upright in your 5th house. Some progress. Okay, so here we are, 11th house. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything that we don't already know that 11th house is going to tell us. Presumably something. Presumably something. Oh, they want to jump together. 3 of them. Let's just not try to overload. There are only so many cards left. Like, yeah, we can't tell the story. We've used them all up. No, we haven't. Come on, Pamela. Yeah, I'm sure she loves being challenged. Pamela Coleman Smith, get your cards. Just okay, we're going to take 2 of them. Progress and stuck. Oh. Well, that's an affirmation if ever there was one. Oh my God. The one stuck waiting. This is why. Now the thing about 9, 10, 11, 12 houses is that I put them all as mutable energy because they are all at the level of interdependence between what we do and what others are, how others react to what we do in order for there to be success. So there is the necessity of other people and what they choose about what you do. This is where you're stuck in yourself. This is where that progress is. Because we go back to that Three of Pentacles, which is getting Plutoed and towered and judgmented. And the 8 leading back to the Scorpio transformation. And and these are moving in the same direction as the 10 of Pentacles. As the 9 of Pentacles was moving in the same direction, right? Progressing at the same rate. They're progressing together. So the fair exchange of the 6 of Pentacles. The fair exchange. The give and take. Oh. Now, what do we do? What is the cure, though? Is it that you've actually been trying and just it's not getting you anywhere with people? Is that what it is? Or you've been holding back from trying? Because this is going back to the 9 of Pentacles, of proving yourself to everyone. And I still have... There's that Queen's Ace. More first house. I was being too optimistic about first house. Whoever you were waiting on, is it that you gotta stop waiting on them? Or you're looking to the wrong people? But you've got that you have a fresh desire for those 10 Pentacles. You have to want them. You do have to want them. Now I'm crossing my arms, just like the guy in the card. We were doing well in 4th house. We were stable there. Yes, you are stable there. You're too stable there. Is that the problem? You're worried about the 5 of Cups. They're in the deck. They're not on the table. I mean, they're inevitable. It's inevitable. 5 Cups are going to happen. It's the necessary change. It's the progress we make. But let me not just... Cancer house, 4th house. Okay, we gotta put down, we gotta finish those 10 wands. Yes. You've been clear there. You cleared room. You cleared room. You're good with your guides. You stop waiting. You're stuck. But if you get the one, stick with the 1 wand, right? Okay, so yes, we do have the 1 countered with the 10. So we have a full circle here. We have a full circle between... So it was a matter of a contract coming up, finishing. which we've talked about before. A level of awareness. And possibly a situation that brought you to a breaking point in yourself, but also brought you, you know, built up the tower. Like there's a way that something about that situation that brought you into yourself. And actually brought you closer to your guides by force. Because we're up against it. Okay, so 12th house, Gemini. This 8 of Cups situation and the 10 of Cups situation. What will make Gemini well, what matters for you about 12th house? Who's your biggest contract with? Or is that what this is about? Well, usually it is. Oh, sweet God. Okay. Oh my God. Yourself. Can't just be yourself. However, this one is possibly your own, the things that you want to do. You've done everything that everyone else, that your other contracts needed you to do, and now there's the contract with self. Yep. Look at all the identity that needs to be solved in this. Because then we have, yeah, we have the 8 echoed, right? And the 4 doubled to 8. Proving yourself to yourself. That's what it is, Gemini. That 3 of Pentacles where you sold out, you know, you didn't sell out. Yeah, where you and we get stuck undervaluing ourselves oftentimes just to get by until we know who we are and what we can. And even then, it can be hard to set the correct price on yourself. And that's why people work for other people and don't set up their own businesses, because they're scared that or they're fairly certain that they won't fight to get enough money out of it. Maybe you're not facing an entrepreneurial decision. Maybe you're just looking for another career, another job. But this is the one. And this is something that has been on the back burner for a very long time. Any final words? And so, we have Neptune on this. Let's get that Neptune. Actually, yeah, let's do that first. Now, Neptune was... Well, we do have the 10 of Cups in Sagittarius, so that faith. Yeah. Allowing for. So, yeah, we have Hanged Man in the 7th house of the other. You had to change your perspective on others. Exactly, because of those 11th house worries, and the 11th house has everything to do. So absolutely. So if we're looking at the 11th and the 3rd as being pivotal to your career, right? Because your Queen of Pentacles is in your 3rd house. So your knowledge and what you do with it, right? Now the question is, what's the knowledge? Yeah, you have to find your happiness about it so that you can be contagious with it, you know? Your happiness. Gotta get that. And if it works to communicate about what you're doing while you're doing it, then you do it. And if you need time alone to do it, then you take the time alone. Is there anything they want me to add about technique or approach? That's where, it's actually where I rely on tarot readers and intuition and being psychic, is because otherwise I can get rigid in my thinking, yeah? Einstellung effect. Einstellung, and laugh at me for the bad German. I apologize. Where people on mass, and you can watch it in the world right now, they test positive for tending always to rely on one method that solved problems for them, even if it's been proven several times not to work every time for every problem. But as long as the probability and the percentage is on the side of it working more often than not working, even if they're given insider information, even if they are told, even if they're helped, even if they're given tips and techniques, and said, you know, if you don't do this, or if you don't do this, then, you know, you'll screw up the way the ones that are younger than you screwed up, that kind of thing, right? There's a Wikipedia page on this, and I came across it last week or the week before. And basically, yeah, no, people are by and large easily conditioned, or they condition themselves to relying on that same solution. Even though there could be a better, easier solution, they'll still stick with the one. They make an executive decision too quickly, yes? They figured that is the most efficient thing to do, and then they end up being extremely inefficient with themselves. So, this is why guidance, this is why guides, this is because they are not stuck with that effect. They're not stuck with that problem. They see the bigger picture, and they know exactly how to be innovative. And for them, it's not even being innovative. It's just doing the next thing, right? And they can tell us what to do. They'll show it to us. It'll be one of those fleeting things where like they send something on your screen, just like a YouTube video comes recommended to you, and next thing you know, you've just found the next best reader on YouTube, right? With exactly the message you needed to hear. It's like that. And then they just help you intuitively get your stuff off the ground. They've already got it built. I have clients who end up in homes that were sitting waiting for them because the guides already had it all sorted, and it was just a matter of timing. You know, and it seems impossible or improbable because of how many times it doesn't happen. But that's because we got to be pretty selective with what we expect. Look at all my candles that have gone out. Any final word for Gemini? Oh, I think that's... We came full circle. Well, holy shit. We came full circle, though. Because we end at first house. Beautiful. Beautiful. I was like, what if the sun were to come out for you? Okay. Yeah, that necessary change. There's Libra. Yeah. 5. Back to the 4 of Swords. So rest up. Get your perspective. Stay on your truth. And what's the truth? That you are the Page of Swords. You do know. You've got the flexibility. You are guided. Everything rests, your career rests on your knowledge and what you're going to do with it. And it's all going to be fine. It's going to be fine. You just have to turn this knight around. He's slow moving. He's slow moving. But this is Virgo energy. And this is Leo energy, of course. But Virgo energy. So that Hermit. Right? Let's just go back to him. Let's finish with that Hermit. That Scorpio is going to turn this knight around, basically. Yes? Ah. And this is why, again, yes, this is why the Knight of Pentacles, this is why Virgo's upside down, because. That Page of Pentacles. That Page of Pentacles, so possibly a child that's, you know, if it's not you, or when you were a student, you know, it didn't work out the first time. But, and then there's debt. And the plan. That's a possibility. And the plan was just thrown. But, and the Hermit without a plan. But now you know it. You should be pretty close to knowing it. Okay. I think this is going to have to probably go into 2 parts, just the same as Taurus. And, but I feel like, no, this is the kind of work I would do one-on-one with you. So I'm very pleased with where we got with this, because this is how it should be. I know it's a little bit, you might not stick with it, but it gives me a certainty of what I'm, you know, just the thoroughness of it. I love. Okay. Much love, Gemini. Much love, and thinking of you. Okay, so Gemini, hang on, final thought. I suddenly realized, what the heck was the Page of Swords doing not standing up against? See, my camera was off as well. I would have had him standing up there for the start of the reading, right? So what the heck happened? And then I remember I did the weekly readings, and I put him to the side, and then he got put back in the deck. If that doesn't tell the story of being, you know, getting lost in it all, and overlooked, and misplaced. So I'm back to say that, because all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, why is he not? I went to get the Page of Cups to put him up for Cancer, and it's like, but then how did? And so yeah, I think that sums it up. You know, prioritizing yourself and knowing your absolute worth, like your gold, your solid gold. Okay, Gemini? I mean, I know you know that, but it needs to be reality, yeah? It needs to play out. And the question is you need to know that it's not just lip service. It's not just you thinking it and wanting it, but it's actually, but again, that's what progress is about. So, the question is well, timing. And just sticking with it. And knowing. You got to remember how you're knowing. Just like the excellent Elisa Jane Taro. She keeps putting one foot in front of the other. She's a hero. Awesome Gemini. Okay. So that's the truth of that. Now I go again. Much love, Gemini.